You have a beautiful website, but it doesn't convert. And I'm here to share with you 3 reasons why it doesn't convert after surveying hundreds of websites. Hey everybody, it's Harrison with the Evolution Network. I want to share with you today the top 3 reasons why your website, as much as you've spent on it and much as you think you've done to it, doesn't convert leads. The first reason is it lacks original and local content. So when somebody comes onto your website, they're looking to learn about the area. They're looking to learn about what buying a home is like. They're looking to learn about the process. They're looking to learn more about you. And most of your websites that come out of the box with your CRM or are set up by a third party have nothing of that. They're pretty backgrounds and graphics and a lot of text, but it's not telling anybody anything. So what you end up with is you end up giving nothing for that consumer to actually see and view, and there's no reason to stay. So your website just isn't sticky. There's nothing causing that consumer to want to stay and click around and read more and find out more and learn more about you and do anything with you because you've given them no reason to stick around. On top of that, by not having original content with local keywords and terms, you're going to get little to no SEO. No matter how good your website is, no matter how many packages you put on top of it, you will never get very good SEO without good localized keyword-rich content. So that's the first reason. You just don't have any local original content. Number 2, you are forcing registration before anybody can see anything they care about. This drives me crazy. I've surveyed hundreds of websites for agents, and what I find is every time I click on a listing, I get that pop-up saying, oh, give us your information, tell us who you are before you can see anything else. And what happens is we are now gatekeeping public information, which makes no sense. This is information they can easily go find on Redfin and Zillow. They can even just go directly to the MLS themselves. They can look up your MLS and go look for it themselves. This is public domain information, and we're choosing to gatekeep it, expecting somebody to give us their contact information. So what that does is they click on the listing they like, that box pops up, they X out of the website, and they go to Zillow. So in theory, we are feeding our competition because we've got forced registration in place. Because you know who doesn't have forced registration? Zillow, Redfin. They don't care who you are until you want to do something. And we should feel the same way. We should be encouraging people to come to our site, to click around, to spend some time there, because we want them to continue to engage with us. We don't want them to feel like we're forcing a transaction of their information for public information and that causes them to then go somewhere else. So when you use forced registration, you are telling the customer, I need to know who you are so I can attempt to sell you something before I'll give you the information. And that is an immediate turnoff, and most people are just going to click away and leave. Third, your site looks like every other site out there. When you look across real estate, there are a handful of CRMs that control most of the market. You probably have 75% of the market that's covered by a handful of CRMs. So what does that mean? There are hundreds of thousands of nearly identical websites out there. The same general structure, the search box at the top, the local area pages, the disclaimer at the bottom, the contact me. I've seen that so many times. I could sketch out a website in my sleep because they all look the same. And what happens is, as an industry, we've trained Google to think, oh, these are cookie cutter templates. There's no value here, move on. And when the consumer sees the website of somebody else in your market and they look very similar, they can't tell us any of us apart. We all look the same. So what do they think? They get the same level of service. They get the same everything because we all look the same. We're not doing anything different. We're not doing anything unique. We're not giving them anything more. So therefore, we are just like every other agent out there. And that is a huge mistake. A website is effectively the front door to your business, and you want that to draw people in. You want people to see that, and you want them to immediately want to click in and learn more and engage and look around and stay a while. You do not want them to land on it and just think it looks like everybody else's and not even be sure who you are. So you're missing a chance to personalize and brand your homepage and your website by having something that looks like everybody else's. And then for the heck of it, I'm going to give you a bonus one, a 4th reason that most people don't even realize is a problem. Your website likely loads slow. This is very common with these CRM websites. They are very clunky. They're oftentimes designed in very old code with very old graphics. They do not generate them very quickly. And what you're going to find is when you go to your website, you type in the URL and hit enter, and you're going to watch it spin for a second. When that site doesn't load like that and doesn't come up instantly, they move on. Nobody's going to wait for your site to load. This is a huge problem with CRM websites around the country. They do not load fast. There are some that do. Sierra loads fast. Lofty loads fast. Brivity doesn't load fast. Sync doesn't load fast. Follow Up Boss doesn't load fast. A lot of them don't load fast because they're all built on old architecture. So you should be testing your site to make sure it loads quickly, because if it doesn't, people are dropping off because they're just not going to wait. It may load fast, but if you've got these intensive graphics up front that have to load and play and all this stuff, that'll also make people click away, because people are not going to wait to get the information they came for. They want it now. They want it frictionless. and they do not want to have to tell you who they are. So again, to recap, number one, you lack local and original content. That's killing your SEO, and it's causing your website to not be sticky and give people a reason to stick around. Number two, forced registration is pushing people to other sources of information and you're getting left behind. Number three, your site looks like everybody else's site out there and you're not differentiating yourself or standing out in a very crowded marketplace. And the bonus one is, number four, your site likely loads slow, and that is causing people to move on. These are things I've seen hundreds and hundreds of times from all these different website surveys that I've done for clients and for other people that have just had questions about their website. If you have questions on it, feel free to reach out. I'll be happy to take a look at your website, give you some feedback. But I'm telling you right now, if you are just rolling out a cookie cutter website out of the box as is, you are leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table because you're not taking the opportunity to take that digital real estate and use it for good. Hope that helps. See you all in the next one.